after DCP Richard Stewart told me that I failed a polygraph, that I never failed, because he told me that the system is showing that I failed it. Just to back up the fact that then Commissioner Owen Ellington told me that I failed it, the same polygraph that I was later told that I never failed. After that point, I left the office and proceeded to the polygraph unit, which is located on the same compound. And I made an appointment to have the interview conducted the following day. That was in June of 2019. 2019, I think. Alright, so by late June, I got word that the result was sent over and it was successful. I contacted DCP Stewart and asked him what the further update, because I was told that the result was sent over. He said that he did not receive any results. I was later contacted by somebody from his office who could confirm that the sealed envelope was on his desk with my name written on it. I called him back and asked him if he has received the result. That is like a week later. And I called him almost every week or close to, up to the point of September 16th. When I contacted him, he said that yes, the result was back, but I'm going to need to go to ethics committee. I said, sir, why am I being asked to go to ethics committee? Him say, him no know, DCP he will tell me. I said, yes sir, but I'm speaking to you. And I'd like to know, why am I being asked to go to ethics committee? He insisted that DCP he will tell me. I said, sir, was there an issue with my polygraph? Him say, yes. I said, sir, are you willing to go on record to say that I failed my polygraph? Him said, Tamica, me never say you failed, you know. I said, there was an issue with your polygraph. I said, sir, are you willing to go on record to say that there was an issue with my polygraph? Him said, no need to go on record, DCP here will tell me. And I insisted to say that, sir, but I'm speaking to you and I would like to know. At this point, the conversation ended and I forwarded this voice note to the chairman of the Police Federation then, Inspector Patriero, who was then a sergeant. And after I forwarded him the voice note, because on each occasion that I asked Mr. Patriero to intervene on my behalf to get me an appointment with the commissioner, since I have applied and at every angle the application is being blocked. And I had asked Mr. Patriero on numerous occasions to make checks with me, for me, to see if I can have dialogue with the commissioner. And he always tried to convince me that, oh, DCP Stewart is doing all that he can do and he's doing everything, and you know. And I remember when I sent him the recording, the only thing of all the information that was in the recording, because I kept on showing him that it cannot be that he's doing everything and he's now telling me that I failed the polygraph that I know I did not fail again. And of all the things that are in that recording, all you can find, all Mr. Patriero could find to say to me is that, did you know that recording a person's conversation without their permission is an offense, and the Federation will not back you in that regard? And I never responded to him. I then proceeded to send I had sent that recording in my batch group and then I deleted it. And I sent a 2-minute voice note outlining certain things that took place. I tried to summarize it summarize it. And at the end of the voice note, I said, if I don't get the chance to speak with the commissioner, to the commissioner, straight to the media, may I go with this RASS. And the following day, Mr. Patrero contacted me to say that he received a voice note from a civilian group where I was behaving boisterous and all kind of different something, and cursing indecent language. And if I remember, that indecent language is an offense. So I had to remind him. I said, Mr. Patrero, RASS without the clause is not an indecent language. And furthermore, for the offense of indecent language to be committed, I have to say that indecent word. The offense is pointed out to me, and I continue. And that is how the offense of indecent language is committed. And this is the person who is supposed to representing me. I must point out to you that Mr. Patrero and Mr. Richard Stewart are bosom buddies. They may even be some in-law. And the fact is that Mr. Patrero knows all my efforts over the years. He knows that everything has been blocked. And because he's friends with DCP Stewart, they actually work out together in the mornings. That's how close they are. He refused to represent me and was siding with the DCP, even when it is so obvious that they are trying to block me from seeing the commissioner. And it is after I sent out this voice note that it reached the commissioner. And the commissioner then gave the directive that he wished to speak with this police. And that is how I got the chance to meet with the commissioner. Now, it is after meeting with the commissioner and everything took place as I outlined earlier, that was on the 15th of January 2020. He later called me to, after he read out my polygraph result to me, he indicated to me that the second polygraph that I did, he is not in possession of the result as he is in possession of the first. He said what he has before him is a piece of paper just stating that I reacted to all the questions. I pointed out to him that, sir, I was only asked 2 questions repeatedly. And he said, really? And I said, yes, sir. So I don't know what result they gave him. But he was surprised when I told him that I was only asked 2 questions when I was hooked up to the machine. 2 questions repeatedly. And he said that based on what I told him, he would have to review the footage of the polygraph interview personally and satisfy himself of certain things. He said, however, he wishes for me to go on an ethics interview. And I told him, sir, no problem. That ethics interview was eventually arranged and conducted on the 4th of July, the same year. And that is the interview that I told you that everything has been recorded. And that at that interview, it was headed by ACP MacArthur Sutherland. Also present was ACP Miss Sproul Thomas and Miss Wright. I think it was Miss Wright from the legal. She was in charge of the legal unit at the commissioner's office. And for the duration of the interview, I pointed out everything to them in that interview, as I indicated in my first video. And I also outlined all that was communicated to me from the commissioner, all that DCP Stewart told me, all that it turned out to be. And they could not understand why I was there, because they are saying that what shows that I could not have failed that first polygraph is the fact that I passed a polygraph that took me to MOCA. And if I had failed a polygraph, it would be on the system. So when I'm being vetted by MOCA, it would come up to say that I failed a polygraph and I could not be admitted into MOCA. So the bottom line is that they could not understand why I was at ethics. That's why I can tell you that I am sure that I was cleared at ethics. And when after that ethics in July, there was a promotion in December of the same year. And I realized that my name was still not on the list of promotion. And that is when I intensified my efforts to find out why my name is still not on the list, having cleared ethics. And it was in February of the following year that they conducted a particular operation on the church premises and destroyed some ganja on a church premises. They know this. They were supporting documents for this. There was an article on the 25th of January, the 25th of February 2021 in the Jamaica Gleaner. You can read it. It says something about Baldhead Rasta, who says that his ganja field was unjustifiably destroyed, something to the effect. But that is what led to the operation, because they want to deny me my promotion, and there is literally nothing adverse against me to prevent me from being promoted. They keep on sending me on polygraph, and I keep on passing them. So, and I have a way to find out if I pass them. And that is the problem. And that is why they did what they did. And that is why I am now charged for possession and dealing in ganja. And the matter is now before the court. I will not speak about it further. But as soon as that matter is finished, you will hear the rest of it. So let me just make something make sense to you now. So after I cleared ethics in July, and the persons were promoted in December, and I was not in that list, and I started making checks as to why my name was still not on the list of promotion, I was later contacted by ACP MacArthur Sutherland in his capacity as head of iProbe, and asked me if I was minded to do another polygraph. I was so surprised. I said, "Sir, are you serious?" Now, this is the situation. This is how the polygraph works. For whatever reason you're being asked to do a polygraph, once you fail it, you can't continue upon it. So it's not like it's a do-over or a try again or come back later. No, not something like that. If you fail it, you just fail it. Now, for them to be asking me to do polygraph so many times, it has to be that them a try to make me fail it. So it's just from polygraph to ethics interview to polygraph to ethics interview, just to find something to have against me. And in the absence of that, that is when the operation was carried out. Now, ACP MacArthur Sutherland, I honest to God see you as an honest soul. You convinced me to do the polygraph. You did certain things that I would consider to be trying to get me to find out exactly what was happening. I am not asking you to pick up for me. I am not asking you to defend me. All I am asking of you is if you are called upon to speak the truth. I don't think you're a bad person, but they are too powerful for you. And you are not alone. It cannot be that this is allowed to continue. It is said that the only way for evil to prevail is for a good man to stand by, or good men to stand by and do nothing. It is also said that if you are not a part of the solution, then certainly you're a part of the problem. Come on, man.
Xaymaca unity, them for know a straight love we need in the community. It's time for us to unite, my brothers, my sisters. Let's join hands together. It's the only way to rise above inequality. One nation, freedom, my people, freedom.